multimedia assets into learning objects. I'm just going to show you one very, very quickly, just so you get a glimpse of what's possible. And then we're going to just give you a chance to actually have a go at creating one of the templates we'll actually demo that template, quickly show you, then we've got a handout that you can follow, so you get a feel for what Xerte looks like on the screen, but then you'll have a go at actually making up a slide, so you get a feel for what it's like inside, actually constructing one of those slides. So let me just show you show you a learning object that we made up. For many years, as you heard, I worked within Skills for Life groups, and we used to sell a little booklet that was all about food hygiene. And when I first saw Xerte, I thought Xerte would be a really interesting way to do an up-to-date version of that booklet. It was a spinal band booklet we used for learners who wanted to find out about food hygiene, as well as brush up their literacy and numeracy skills. And when I first came across Xerte, I spent the weekend really enthusiastic and reconstructed that black and white booklet into this particular format. So I just want to show you one or two of the key features of it.
Would you mind turning the lights off again?
Yes. Yep, sure. Very good point. Well done. One of the things that I liked about it right from the start is that if you wanted, you can change. Let me just move on to the. You can change the colour of the screen depending on the preference of your learners. You can change the font, okay, very easily. Change the font. You can change the size. Okay, I'll just go back to defaults. Settings. Okay. And I'm just going to run through these slides very, very quickly because we really want you to actually get on and do some things. There are lots of different templates, and there's a really, if any of you really want to find out more about all the different templates, you can, probably the quickest way is we've got a little handout here, and you can get it electronically that gives you a list of all the different slide formats. I'm just going to show you one or two very quickly. There's what's called a graphics and sound template where you put in some text. Because I produced this module for literacy learners, the text is fairly large and a simplified type of text. But if you look at a lot of Xerte objects, Xerte was developed originally in HE, so it's quite interesting to see Xerte being used, especially in the sector that I work in. But I think it's an ideal way to present information in bite-sized chunks with graphics and sound and video. So it's very easy, even for a complete non-specialist, non-e-learning specialist like me, to quickly create a slide like this that's got text in it. You can put in a graphic. You can also put in your own commentary. So this is just me reading that text.
So small you need a microscope to see them.
Okay. So that could be really useful if you've got learners who may struggle with the reading, or if you've got people who've got English as an additional language. So that's text and graphics. You can put in information in little slideshow formats. It's a really nice way to present information in bite-sized chunks. You can put in like a column page. You've got lots of different options there in terms of page formats. This is one of my favourites. All of us, whether we're working within Skills for Life or in academic context, we often need to present information in bite-sized chunks. And a little tab page like that is a very interesting way to get learners focusing on particular bits of information with graphics. You see, what's characteristic of Xerte all the way through is text and graphics. That's the basic. You could put information into some pages like this. This is some information about high-risk foods and low-risk foods, and then you could give them an interactivity. Xerte's got quite a few interactivities. This is a drag and drop activity where you've got to click and drag this into the right column. So learners would have had to have read those earlier slides and worked out how they can decide whether these are high or low risk. So, Java jam, high or low risk?
No.
Low. Good. Cream cake? High? Okay. Packet crisps? You say low. Potato salad. Then there's an opportunity to check your answers. Okay. So that was all right. Okay. So it's a very easy drag and drop option. In fact, we're going to show you a kind of variation of a drag and drop task in a second. Other interactivities that are really popular in my particular area is where you're able to put in a picture and label that picture. Right, this is a picture of my kitchen. Actually, it's my partner's kitchen. She doesn't know it's on this slide, by the way. We're actually going to look at another version of this. I mean, this is, if you look at other Xerte objects, I think what might be interesting for you is to see Xerte being used at this kind of level, because we've got a list of learning objects that you can flick through a bit later on. You'll see a lot of them are looking at, there's a module on Harvard referencing at HE level. So, but you may find it easier to get your head around this particular module, really, in terms of its format and range of activities in it. You could put in your own kind of little
Hi everyone.
video clip.
In our food safety session last
This is me using a flip video camera to kind of pan around our kitchen, and there's a particular hazard spotting activity that I built into that. There's a little matching exercise here where you've just got to drag definitions, okay? And you can get a self-checking process there. You can put in a close exercise, okay, if you put it in the right place. The word turns green, otherwise it falls off. You can put in multiple choice questions. You can put in a YouTube clip very easily.
Contrary to popular beliefs, that
you can put in, this is what's called an annotated diagram. You're actually going to have a look at this one in just a second, where you can put in a picture and mark up that picture. You can also put in worksheets, paper-based resources. You just need to convert them to what's called a flash object, and then you can load them up into Xerte. So you can, this is a paper-based resource that I often used, but I could build some activities around that resource by putting it into Xerte. Okay, and you can also build in, this is a little screencast, and how many of you are going to go to the screencasting session after lunch? Really good resource, and you can, great fan of screencasts. If I wasn't talking about Xerte, I'd be talking about screencasts. But you could build in a little screencast, which I've used Gene to capture this particular screencast, but I could play that there. So that's a little overview of a typical Xerte learning object. Some tutors just use one interactivity in their teaching, which they could link into a Moodle or into their kind of course. Some people put together particular modules around a particular topic. I think Xerte works really well for those modules that often when I go and work with tutors, they have packs on particular topics that they have to cover again and again. And I think you can see there very quickly that Xerte gives you an opportunity to put lots of different multimedia type information into a particular module. I'm just going to show you the one that we would like you to make up, okay, and then we're going to shut up and leave you to try and reconstruct.